gonna be late. Let's go. Round one, Mr. Callum Scott, how are you, my friend?
Not too bad, just a little bit anxious about what's going on outside of town at the moment, but besides that, player here to practice.
Tell us about what's going on.
We just got the fire outside of town at the moment, so the sun's red, literally red from how we see it. So
we are burning.
Australia. Yep, embers flying over the city, so, just a little bit anxious, but things should be good. Cooling down in the next hours.
Yeah, let's take our mind off with some Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
Yes.
Round one, this man cannot be stopped. Mr. Callum Scott, he's playing pure Sinful Spoils, Snake Eye.
Yep.
He's been spending a lot of time in Melbourne at some...
Good game, General Games Malvern runs a really good tournament on Mondays, and I've been going down to Gaming Verse as well, who also run it's good to see some of the stores in Melbourne really, before premium events, take up a more competitive mindset. I appreciate that. It helps build a stronger community around it.
Yeah, so since Callum's been out and about on the prowl, he's only lost one round.
Yes.
Out of all of locals he's attended, he's only lost one round, and he can confidently say that's because he bricked both games.
I just drew all engine and against the Fire King Snake High deck when in game 2 he had 1-for-1 Ponyx Oak, which is discard summon combo, and I was just like...
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So, as you can probably tell, we got round 1 and I got creamed. It was really good to try my thought processes, try what I know at this point, but also watch what you were doing and just learning the lines of your thought processes. Yes, the decks are different. I'm playing Fire King Simple Spoil, but there's a lot of like-for-like stuff as well.
Yeah.
So, I was very, very excited to know that we were matched up against each other. I wanted to just give you the win, but I'm really grateful that you kind of pushed back a little bit.
There's no... you're going to learn in more. You learn under those circumstances better, and I think that's the only reason why today's game went the way that it is, because the difference between us is I've been going to other locals, I've been practicing, I've been playing a lot more, whereas you've had a lot more time constraints on your schedule. So you've got a family, I don't, and so therefore there's a bit of a difference in our lives, and we're just different schedules of practice. But I can see that, comparatively, for where you are now, for the time that you spent, we're about on the same page, time spent wise, where I was back in a week and a half ago. So I assume that once you get a few more tournaments and more games under your belt, then you'll get a lot more confident and you'll be able to...
Yeah, you've known me for a long time, and I think you'll say this to anyone, my biggest barrier in Yu-Gi-Oh is my confidence. In myself and in the game. So I do appreciate you being a bit firm with me before and making me play those games.
Because you won't progress unless you try. And that goes to anyone else out there as well. If you sit down at locals and you're like, oh, I've already lost against this player, they're always... Well, if you're entering that game with that mentality, yes, you have lost. But the only way you're ever going to beat that player at locals that you can't beat is that you're like, I'm going to take him down this week. He's going to lose to me. it may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, but you're not going to get there unless you've got that mindset. So
Most definitely.
stay positive, and you'll take them down one day.
Let's go to round 2.
Round 2.
Round 2. I get a young fella who is too young to interview. And we don't put people under 16 on camera because that is not appropriate. He's playing Cyber Dragon. He main decking Lightning Storms, main decking Raigekis, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So I make game 1. I go first. I win the die roll. I make 2 material Appaloosa with Garunix Ponix on board with Sanctuary and Fire spell with a set Imperm Veiler in hand. He opens with Raigeki, and then he Lightning Storms my back row, which kills my Imperm, and then he OTKs me. Game 2, I end on Princess, I end on Ambler Whale, Princess in the bin, and I just didn't know what my triggers were, didn't know where to activate things, and OTK'd me. This will teach me for moving house, building a deck, not doing my research, and thinking I'll know how to play it. This is dumb. But I'm getting practice in, so it's fine. Just need to avoid getting salty. But it's cool, it's cool. Like, I haven't been here in a couple weeks, so it's fine, right? Yeah. Alright, let's go see what we're doing in round number 3. Hopefully I can perform a little bit better and have a bit more fun, but yeah, we'll go into round number 3. Round 3, we get paired up against young Josh, who's playing a bit of a rogue strategy. I couldn't tell you what it was. Unfortunately, he didn't get too much of a chance to play, so we swiftly 2-0'd our opponent. Game 1 was drawn out a little bit. Game 2, he interacted, but wasn't enough. Game 1, I got to pull off my full combo, which is with Doolittle Chimera. So normal Ash, search Ponix special. Normal Ash, search Poplar, summon Poplar, Poplar, grab Original, send those 2 into Oak. Oak, bring back Ash, and Poplar set itself in a spell and trap. Activate Original Simple Soils to grab Ponix, and then Ponix plays Sanctuary and Field Spell. And then at that point, you go Oak, send itself and Sanctuary to grab the Dragon. You then make use Dragon and Ash to make Doolittle Chimera, Dragon effect to bring back 2 level 1s. Use all 4 of those, so Doolittle and the 2 level 1s to make Appaloosa. You then use Island to pop a fire in hand to search Garunix, Garunix to summon, Garunix to dump Avada to summon back what you just destroyed. You can then go into Princess. So that effectively you go Princess, and then use Princess and the one other monster you haven't used yet to make Ambler Whale, and then use Ambler Whale to make Zelantis under Appaloosa. So you have 3 mat negate Appaloosa, Zelantis, and you have Princess and Whale in the bin ready for next turn. I didn't need it, so... But it's good that I was able to practice that line and remember it. But yeah, hopefully we have a 4th round, I think, but we'll see. And yeah, let's go and report our results. 4th round, we get paired up against Mr. JD, so massive shout out to him. He is on his Labyrinth strategy, and I don't know how to play against Skill Drain, so I lose the Skill Drain in game 1. Maybe this man can teach me the ways of playing around Skill Drain.
What you play against?
Labyrinth.
It's a bit hard. Like, Floodgates are an answer to the fire deck.
Yeah.
Because you essentially just need your non-engine to carry you through that. So
Yep.
yeah, Floodgates game 1 can be a bit painful. Yeah.
Yeah, so I lose game 1. Game 2, I go full combo. I ended on the 3 negate Appaloosa, Zelantis underneath, so I get the battle phase pop, but I also had Whale and Princess in the bin. And I had Cosmic Cyclone set against Labyrinth. He opens and goes straight to battle phase and evenly matches me.
Oh, okay. So what you kept?
I kept the Appaloosa.
Yep.
Because I thought that was correct.
Yep. Yep.
I negated his Ariana, and then he set 3 past, and I had 1 card in hand because I forgot to do the Flamberge thing as a misplay there, and I drew Droll. So I was able to do. No, hang on. Sorry, that was the turn after. I had Garunix, so I was able to hit him with a massive Garunix and sort of clear his board. But then I was on a top deck game state, and he had welcomes and stuff going off, and he was able to set up his welcome labyrinth setup to get 2 big welcomes back, and I was just
So I got some feedback for you on that game, just from what I've heard.
Yep.
The first thing would be I wouldn't be leaving Joel in the main deck. Going game 2 and 3 versus Labyrinth. Don't search that much. And it doesn't. It's not a high impact card. And
I think I left 1 in for cross out. That's the only reason why it was still in there. I took 2
okay,
out.
that's didn't know about the cross out, so that's understandable. Yep. And then 2, it sounds really weird, but if you're versing against Labyrinth and it's game 2 and you have Cosmic Cyclone, don't set the card. You just have to go to end phase, and if they activate furniture, then you Cosmic Cyclone them.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It can be very like if you've got 2 Cosmic Cyclones, obviously set 1, keep 1. But if you've got it, a lot of the time it is the best play to keep it in hand, and then when they drop the furniture in the end phase, Cosmic Cyclone.
Cool.
And then you just run them over from there.
Yeah, that's good advice. Thank you so much.
That's all right.
How did you go?
Took out Cade, and what was it? Game 1 he made Baron Appaloosa and the Volantis Fusion. And I went Super Paul in the draw phase. Bye Appaloosa Baron, so it was pretty Jover from there. And then game 2 he made me go first. I set up my board, and I had a set Super Poly and an Imperm. He went straight into battle phase and went evenly, so I went Super Poly because I used the Flamberge to summon another Flamberge, and then I went Super Poly both into a Mud Dragon, then evenly resolves, and then the first Flamberge trigger, because I get the second Flamberge, first Flamberge trigger got the Snash and the Poplar back, and because I discarded Diabell Star for the Super Poly, I was able to trigger the Diabell Star, send the Poplar, summon, trigger, and then placing the spell and trap zone, so he's evenly...
Didn't do anything.
Well, it cleared stuff, but when he's playing Volantis and he realised afterwards, putting a spell and trap card in the grave stopped Wukaushi, and I was able to capitalise on him because he just drew 2 Wukaushi. So.
Okay, so he was playing
Volantis Pendulum deck with main deck super heavy samurai cards.
So a bit of a kitchen sink sort of thing going on.
Yeah. Like obviously you want to use the Wukaushi first sort of thing, but.
Cool, so undefeated.
Yes.
Woohoo! Very cool. Well, stay tuned for that deck profile. Yeah? Sweet. Let's go get some packs.
Just close my eyes. I was like...